for a more equitable and representative Nigeria. The federal government says it is taking decisive steps to further industrial action in Nigeria's education sector. Minister of Education Tunji Alusa disclosed this on Tuesday while speaking to journalists. He said President Bola Tinubu has given a clear directive to ensure that the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and other unions in tertiary institutions do not embark on many more strikes. According to Alusa, the government is engaging regularly with ASU, the College of Education Academic Staff Union CEO ASU, the Non-Academic Staff Union NASU, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University SSANU to strengthen dialogue and resolve issues amicably.
Not again, and I'll borrow your word, not again ever in this country will ASU or a tertiary institution like trade unions, teachers, lecturers go on strike. And because it's not promise, it's just not promising. There has to be a lot of relationship building with this trade, with ASU, NASU, SANU, COISU, everybody. And beyond that, the government demonstrating goodwill, government meeting its obligation to this union.
The minister dismissed recent rumors of a potential strike, assuring the public that such fears are unfounded. On reforms in this sector, Alausa noted that the federal government's efforts are beginning to show results, with some public universities in Nigeria gaining global recognition and improved rankings. The federal government has reassured Nigerians of its continued effort to secure the release of the remaining Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu years after abduction by terrorist groups. On April 14, 2014, 276 girls were kidnapped from the government school's secondary school in Chibok, Borno State by Boko Haram. While many since regained freedom, 86 are still believed to be in captivity 11 years on. Similarly, Leah Sharibu remains in the hands of her captors after she was abducted on February 19, 2018, alongside 109 other schoolgirls from Government Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi, Yobe State by Islamic State West African Province fighters. Unlike the others, Leah, the only Christian girl among them, was not released. Speaking at a multi-agency anti-kidnapping meeting in Abuja on Tuesday, organized in collaboration with the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency, the National Coordinator of the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, expressed that the government has not relented in its rescue efforts. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) is calling for calm following recent protests by some Ghanaians accusing Nigerians of being behind rising crime in their country. In a statement issued on Tuesday, NIDCOM Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Abike Dabiri Erewa strongly condemned the generalization of Nigerians in Ghana as criminals, describing it as unfair and misleading. She maintained that Nigerians are generally law-abiding and serve as good ambassadors across the globe. While acknowledging the presence of a few bad elements, Dabiri Erewa stressed that such individuals should be identified and appropriately sanctioned rather than tarnishing the image of all Nigerians. The NIDCOM boss described Nigeria and Ghana as Siamese twins, bound by history, brotherhood, and shared value of ECOWAS and regional integration, and called for continued peaceful coexistence. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, has expressed deep concern over the poor welfare of retired police officers under the contributory pension scheme, describing their living condition as humiliating and unacceptable. Speaking during a meeting with senior officers in Abuja, the police chief noted that the harsh realities faced by retired personnel has instilled fear and anxiety among serving officers, leading to a decline in morale across the force. His comments followed a protest by retired officers in Abuja on July 21st, 2025. The retirees took to the street to demand their removal from the contributory pension scheme, which they claim continues to change them and leaving many in hardship. Egbetokun stressed that given their years of dedicated service and sacrifice to the nation, no retired officer should be subjected to such deplorable living condition. He called for urgent reforms to ensure better post-service welfare for officers, noting that the current system undermines the motivation and confidence of those still active in service. You are listening to the national news on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Still to come, business, entertainment, and sports. Do stay with us. And our correspondent in Lagos, Solomon Ofem, has this report.
Hello there, here is the news from Lagos. I am Solomon Ofem. The Lagos State government says over 10,000 trucks are registered on the e-collab system along the Lekki-Ekpe corridor ahead of its August 1 rollout. Bolanle Ogunlola, Deputy Director of Public Affairs at the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, disclosed this in a statement. She said enforcement of the e-collab system will begin on August 1 following months of planning, stakeholder engagement and public sensitization. In readiness, the ministry engaged key stakeholders and adopted critical recommendations, including reducing the park usage fee from 12,500 naira to 10,000 naira. She said 7 designated truck parks have been fully equipped and are ready for operation. To ensure smooth implementation, the ministry and the e-collab technologies begin a familiarization exercise across all approved parks. Ogunlola said the initiative includes free system testing and guidance for truck drivers on registration and operations. She confirmed that around 10,000 trucks have already registered, with more currently joining the platform. The project aims to streamline truck movement, reduce traffic congestion and illegal parking, and promote compliance among operators. It is also expected to boost traffic flow, protect road infrastructure, improve safety, and stimulate economic activity in the area. The Nigerian Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus (NGCARES) program have impacted 17 million vulnerable Nigerians, with results of $2.2 billion achieved in the first 4 years. Abdulkarim Obaje, National Coordinator, NGCARES, said these are the ongoing 5-day stakeholders workshop in Lagos for takeoff of the second phase of the program tagged NGCARES 2.0. Obaje said that the World Bank supported NGCARES 1.0 with $750 million, while the federal and state government put in over $1.4 billion to bring the result earned to $2.2 billion. He said that the first phase impacted 17 million direct beneficiaries and 50 million indirect beneficiaries. According to him, although the World Bank support was $750 million, states in the Federation and the FCT achieved results worth $2.2 billion. The national coordinator said that both nationally and internationally, the program had been adjudged as one of the best post-crisis response interventions by the World Bank. He said the second phase of the program, tagged 2.0, will be built on successes of the first phase to become more resilient. Obaje said that the criteria for selection of beneficiaries will still be the use of social register, adding that state social register is going to be strengthened. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reaffirmed its administration's commitment to supporting knowledge-based initiatives that strengthen identity and promote creativity among the people. Sanwo-Olu reiterated the commitment at the public presentation of a puzzle book on the history of Lagos State in Lagos. The program was organized by the Lagos State Records and Archives Bureau, LASRAB. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, urged Lagosians to continue to build a Lagos where history is preserved, knowledge is shared, and where innovation leads the way. According to Sanwo-Olu, the puzzle book is an initiative that uniquely blends education, creativity, and cultural preservation. He described the project as an innovative learning tool designed to stimulate young minds and promote curiosity. The governor applauded Babatunde Fashola, a former governor of Lagos State, for establishing LASWAB in 2008. And finally, the Lagos State House of Assembly has adopted recommendations on a petition concerning alleged unlawful trespass on the Prince Yusuf Obateru family land. Speaker Modasiru Obasa disclosed this during plenary held at the Assembly Complex in Alausa, Ikeja. Obasa said the petition, titled Petition Against His Royal Majesty Oba Aderiyomi Akim Ayebo, aimed to resolve a long-standing land dispute in Egmi, Ikorodu. Presenting the report, Committee Chairman Oladipo Ajomale stressed the need for peace and respect for the existing traditional authority in the affected community. Ajomale reviewed the committee urged Prince Obateru to stop making baseless allegations and filing frivolous petitions against the traditional ruler. He added that Obateru should avoid any conduct that could lead to unrest or disturb the peace of the community. Stephen Ogundipe, Oshudisolo 1, also called on Obateru to recognize and submit to the authority of the traditional ruler. Ogundipe encouraged the traditional ruler to engage aggrieved individuals in meaningful dialogue to promote peace and reconciliation in the area. And that's the news from Lagos. I am Solomon Ofem.
Thank you so much, Solomon Ofem, for that news. Over to business. The Senate Committee on Public Accounts has given the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) a 21-day ultimatum to provide detailed explanation on financial discrepancies amounting to a staggering 210 trillion naira. This came during a hearing on Tuesday where the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Bayo Ojulari, appeared before the committee in response to an earlier summon. Ojulari, however, pleaded for more time to adequately review and address the issues raised in the company's audited financial statements spanning from 2017 to 2023. The discrepancies include 103 trillion naira in liabilities and 107 trillion naira in assets, figures lawmaker describing as alarming and lacking clear justification. Chairman of the committee, Senator Aliu Wadada, said the committee could not accept the figures as presented, noting that the liabilities were unsustainable and the assets receivable unverifiable.
What is said, unless proven otherwise, is that NNPC should and must account for 210 trillion. The liabilities, as shown in the literature of the financial statement, is 103 trillion. While the assets side, the receivables, is 107. We want the liabilities to be accounted for.
The Senator Committee has now set a 3-week deadline for the NNPCL to return with comprehensive explanations. And in entertainment, popular Nigerian music star Two-Face Idibia has officially tied a knot with his new partner Natasha Osawaru in a quiet traditional wedding held in Abuja. The private ceremony was reportedly attended by close family members and friends. A video from the event now trending on social media shows the couple posing with their traditional wedding cake and sharing joyful moments. Two-Face reportedly got engaged to Natasha, a 7 lawmaker in Edo State, in February 2025, just days after announcing his separation from actress and longtime partner Annie Idibia. As reactions continue to pour in over the surprise wedding, many fans have taken to social media to express mixed feelings about the development. And finally, in sport, Las Vegas has been selected to host the official draw for the 2026 FIFA World Cup on December 5th, according to multiple reports on Tuesday. The ceremony is expected to take place at the Sphere, a state-of-the-art 17,500-seat venue that opened in 2023 and features a massive 54,000 square meter screen. The 2026 tournament will be the first to feature 48 teams with 12 groups of 4 nations to be drawn. The event will be jointly hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Las Vegas is hosting a World Cup draw. The city also hosted the draw for the 1994 World Cup despite not being a venue for matches, a situation that remains unchanged for the upcoming tournament. Football fans around the world are now counting down to what promises to be a spectacular kickoff to the global showpiece. And that is the news on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Remember, your vigilance makes a difference. Protect yourself and your community. For eyewitness reports and news coverage of your event, please call 0808